name's Lorraine of District 32, and I've got the absolute privilege of having a conversation with Juan Perez of Quest Legal. How are you, Juan?
I'm great, Lorraine. How are you?
Really, really well, thank you. And I'm really super excited about this Pathway to Growth programme. It's a really unique opportunity for business owners to drop in to workshops for where they are at. Now, Juan, you're going to present for the business community on a guide to growing your business from a legal perspective. But before we get into that, I'd love to know a little bit about you. What is Quest Legal? What do you specialise in? Who do you work with? Why do you do it? What do you do and who do you do it for?
Thanks, Lorraine.
All that good stuff.
We're a commercial law firm, and as a commercial law firm, we deal with anything to do with business. We're based in Perth and in Sydney. We started the practice, I'm the principal of the practice, but we started it with a view to helping SMEs with basically learning and understanding a lot of the tricks that some of the big guys do out there. Because those tricks on how to structure your business, how to set yourself up for success are the same tricks that small to medium businesses can use as well. And it should be accessible to every business owner. My background's I started in a large law firm. I worked at Norton Rose, and then I went in the house into a number of roles and ended up in banking. So a lot of the career tricks that I learned along the way were from my time in banking and finance as well.
I didn't know that about you, Juan. There you go. I've known you for a long time. You're next banker.
Yeah, I am. But that was in legal and non-legal roles. And look, I went out on my own about 12 years ago, but Quest is about just over 6 years in its iteration. And we pride ourselves on being a little bit different to every other law firm out there in that we don't charge for phone calls, we're fixed priced, and we prefer to build a relationship with our clients. So that's our focus. As far as what we do, as I said, we're commercial lawyers, but there's three main areas, Lorraine, that we focus on, and that is intellectual property, IT, and franchising. Those are our big sweet spots.
Beautiful. It's nice to have a sweet spot. And I will just say on the interview, you've helped us several times in different areas of our own business. When we were looking to grow our business, what do we need to know? You've helped us with contract disputes. You've helped us with a few different things. I'd just like to say that. And you've been wonderful to work with.
Thank you.
Juan, thank you for offering to share your expertise with the small business community. The Pathway to Growth programme is very unique, allowing people to drop in for where they're at, as I said. But you are going to share with business owners what we need to know from a legal perspective on how to grow the business. The path to growing your business, what do we need to know? So what outcomes can participants expect on the day, Juan? And why is it absolutely essential that they attend this workshop?
Thanks, Lorraine. When you're looking to grow your business, you need to start with the end in mind. Where do you want to grow? How big do you want to grow? And then you can then develop a strategy of how you're going to grow. And there's a number of great strategic advisors out there, some of which are in District 32, and great accountants as well, which will work through with you those different elements of your vision, your mission, and so forth. But you can't ignore the legal side of that as well, because if you try and make changes to your structure later or to your approach from a legal perspective later, it can actually cost you from a tax perspective and asset protection perspective. So the legal side should not be ignored. Most businesses that are growing have three options. They can grow organically. That just means that you are spending your own money on employing more people and taking on more assets and just growing it in an organic way. You can grow inorganically, which is that you can buy another business, for example, and that might require lending and so forth, but you can just bring on another business and then take their clients and expand in that way. That can include investors and third parties. Actually, all of these options can include investors and third parties to be involved in it as well. And then the third option is to license your technology and your intellectual property. So think about businesses that are franchised. They've lent their name and their brand and their processes to other businesses so that that other business can make money, and they charge a royalty for the benefit of that. So they're the three main options. So we're going to go through that in the presentation, and the three outcomes that will come from that are: one, firstly, understanding the different types of business structures and what is the best option for you. Secondly, learning how to identify what intellectual property is in your business and how to protect it. And the reason we're focusing on that is IP can become one of the most valuable parts of your business and can really help you scale your business. And then the third thing is understanding what is licensing. How do you go about licensing your business, and how's that different or the same as franchising? And how can those options help you with scaling your business? I hope that helps as an overview, right?
Yeah, that's really, really clear. And what I'd just like to add there is why is it important that people get this information? What sort of, you said a little about the earlier, does it always just end up being such a massive cost when we don't get it right? What are the pitfalls of not understanding the legalities there?
Yeah, to give you an example, if you set up as a sole proprietor and then you are looking to expand your business and you need to then move your business into a company, well, if your business has a value, then that can be a transfer of assets and it can be a transfer of valuable intellectual property. Well, there can be capital gains associated with that transfer. Depending on the assets transferred, there can be stamp duty. So the earlier you capture these things, the less likely you're going to have those sorts of issues when you do restructure as well. Also, if you are just a single company, but everything is in the one company, that can make it a little bit more risky. For example, if that company gets into trouble or is wound up, then the intellectual property in that company could be lost as part of that process. So we'll look at structures like holding valuable assets like intellectual property in a non-trading entity and how you go about that. So the sooner you set those things up, the easier it is going forward. Yeah.
All the juicy stuff we need to know. Yeah,
exactly. I'm really looking forward to passing that on and sharing that with those that attend. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Juan. I'm super excited to see your presentation, and I really look forward to seeing you on the day. Thank you very much.
No, you're very welcome. Thank you. Look forward to it.
Thank you.